Hello, and welcome to Voices of the 21st Century Author Spotlight, a show dedicated to sharing the message of women from around the world who show up and share their truth. By sharing their personal stories, it shatters the boundaries of what is possible, and we know her influence on this world is limitless. My name is Gail Watson, founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association, and today I have the proud honor of sharing a conversation with you with best-selling, let me add to that, international best-selling author Angeline Moore, co-author of Voices of the 21st Century, Women Transforming the World. This book is taking the world by storm. It is a bestseller in 4 different countries, #1 in 10 different categories. Wow, this is amazing. And Angeline is the founder and creative director of the Kingdom Sparkle Energy. She's a transformational coach, yoga leader, real estate investor, and as well as a warrior mom of 3 sunshines, as she likes to call them. So I'd like to welcome Angeline to the show today. Hi.
Hello, Gail. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for that great introduction. Yes, I am Kingdom Sparkle Agency and a laughter yoga leader. So it's a little different than yoga.
Oh yes, I forgot that laughter part. Yeah, and I want to know what a laughter yoga. But you open up your story. So first of all, congratulations! What an
Oh,
achievement on the many different levels that this book has achieved. Wow, on this globe, amazing.
yeah. I'm in awe. I'm so humbled and honored to be part of this collaboration with the other 44 phenomenal women. I started already reading all their stories, and it's just been so cool to get to know them and the different, as we were going through the journey of putting this all together. It's been so fun. It's been so fun.
It has been a lot of fun. So you open your story in the book um, with what is a co-winky-dink? We got to know. I have to know that before we go any further here.
So, as long as I have started talking and stuff, those euphemisms or those phrases that you hear all the time, like, oh, that's such a coinkydink. So it's like this term in my social network that we use for coincidences, they call them, and just like, wow, did that really just happen, or like, is this deja vu?
I love the terminology on there, and it brings a lot of fun, and it's a nice way to say, yeah, a coincidence. So let's dive into your story. And if you could share with us a little bit about what it's about, but more importantly, I'd like to go behind the curtain and learn what inspired you to share this story.
Wow. So I never thought about writing anything, being an author, or when growing up, literature and writing was something that I did really good at. I wrote poems and poetry, like I loved doing that in class, but like being an author was never something in my scope or ever thought of. So when I put together my chapter, Faith Forward in God Instances versus Coincidences, it was literally one of those moments where I was just in bed late at night because I couldn't sleep because, you know, like many of you, our minds racing. And I'm scrolling through my emails trying to clean them up because I'm like, what else can I do right now? And I run across one of the Women's Speaker Association emails. And it's like, we're doing this book, and I've seen voices already, and they're like, we still need authors. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was like, they still have applications open, and this was like probably a week later, and I'm like, well, some things like apply. I'm like, okay, they're not going to choose me, so I did. And um it was what I call a God instance of a little whisper of, this is a story that you need to share. It was very recent too, and I needed to get it out for my own healing, and also because I wanted to just embrace and let other women know that it's okay and that it's not. So my story goes into some challenges that I went through during a few months before, with, trigger moment, miscarriage, and it was hard to keep my faith in it, and I didn't know, like, how to get through it, and it was just. I think I'm babbling, but as you read the story, you'll hear that, um, it's not a coincidence, they're all for the good, and I always believe that there's always a divine path that, you go down regardless of the valley that you have and the challenges that you face. So that's why I wrote it.
Yeah, and I think that's beautiful. First of all, I guess our email was that co-winky-dink. And,
Yeah.
but I love how open and, v vulnerable you share the pain of something that you personally went through that shook you to your core and challenged your faith, which is really, um, remarkable. That's a significant pain to do that, to take that on as like, "Why'd you do that to me?" Right?
Thank
So,
you.
as people are reading your story right now, what is it that you want the reader to really take away from it?
I really want to just remind you that even in your darkest moments, even when you just have that small mustard seed of faith, you could just continue to faith forward through it, and in the end you'll see what it is, that it's a God instance and not a coincidence that all these things are happening, because sometimes the coincidences that are happening are like a WTF moment, right? Like, what is happening? Why is this happening? And so I love seeing it, and I always pause and ask myself and pray, just be like, all right, this is a challenge I'm facing. This is adversity I'm coming up against. I'm not understanding it, and I don't like it. But what lesson am I should I learn from this? What help me see the good in it, or at least show me the lesson in it? So in the story, I hope to be able to bring you guys back to that, and just to remember that, um, it will all work out even when you feel like you don't understand. But God, right? So
Mhm. I love that because it's a quite a simple message, that that
Mhm.
simple reminder, but it can make the biggest difference in somebody's life. So that's what I really love about your story because as I know there's somebody watching you right now and where your story is meant for them. And I'd like to talk to that person right now that if you're feeling like, wow, Angeline's talking to me, then you need to get a copy of her book. Or, and if you know of anyone who's also maybe being, life's just hitting them hard right now, get them a copy of the book as a gift, because I can't think of a much more powerful message to give somebody that's struggling and feeling like they're alone, is just a reminder, a very simple reminder that there are, it's it's not a coincidence that this is happening to you. It's a coinky-dink, right? This is,
Yeah.
and it's important. So, Angeline, for those, for someone who's listening to you right now, where can they get a copy of your book? Can they just email you, and will you send them an autographed copy of your book perhaps?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, the Angeline Moore, also on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. But just send me an email to aplkingdomsparkle@gmail.com. So that's APLKINGDOMSPARKLE at gmail.com, and you can say voices in it, and I'll be happy to take your order and send it over. I probably should have been better prepared and had a book order form, which I'll have it ready. Once you send me that email, I'll get it ready for you. That's what the Kingdom Sparkle agency that I founded a couple months ago also does and sends those automations. So you'll be able to get a taste of that if you send me that email, which I'm super excited to share. And I can autograph it. I'll be getting my copies soon, so I can't wait to hold it. And uh, I
Yeah.
I love, like, I know that right now you can definitely get the Kindle version, but I always love being able to like hold a book in your hand and like flip through it. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
No, we want to get your copy of the book with your name on the front, Angeline. So,
Excited.
yeah, so if you're watching right now, pick up a copy um, of Angeline's book, reach out to her at aplkingdomsparkle@gmail.com
Yeah.
or follow her on Instagram, the Angeline Moore. So this has been awesome, Angeline. You have such
Yeah.
depth. You bring such depth. You bring such simplistic message, which I love, that makes people feel good, and you're super approachable, and I love your heart. So thank you for really sharing your story. And I know you conclude in your story with a good words of wisdom, and I would love to if you could share that with our listeners now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always one that reads the very last on a book sometimes. I used to do that to like, what's going to happen? So I want to leave you with this. Just know that we all have a divine calling. We're all fearfully and wonderfully made, and you attract the energy you give out. So negativity can only affect you if you're in the same frequency, to vibrate higher, right? And I just want you to always make sure you faith it till you make it, not fake it, but faith it till you make it. And then even then, continue to faith forward. Thank you. Thank you, Gail.
Faith.
This has been such an honor.
Oh, the honor is mine, Angeline. Thank you. Faith it till you make it. I love that. And I love you. And thank you so much again
Love
for
you.
just sharing your heart and just your person in this book. It's what
Thank you.
made it a great success. So thank you. And thank you to our listeners today for watching. Please support Angeline more. Get a copy of her book. Yeah, take her, pick up a couple copies more and gift them off to a friend. This would be a great book. This is Women Transforming the World. This is how we do it. We support, we promote one another. Let's do this. And until we meet again, I wish you a great day wherever you are in this world.
Thank you.